We call the Endnote desktop. The latest version is 2020. So another platform of Endnote, we call the Endnote Online. So you can use it for free for 2 years for Endnote Online. And another platform, we call the Endnote mobile application. It's free of charge. You don't need to pay anything. You just go to Play Store or App Store and just type the Endnote. So you can get it for free. And you can see it from desktop to online to mobile. You just sign to create the account from the Endnote 20. I will give you the instruction later. So from today, just only 7 easy steps, 7 easy steps. For the student never used before, you need the program. You have to know how to access the program. How can I downloading, installing? I mean the legals and Note 20. So the university subscribe for it. You don't need to pay anything. So I will give you the instruction where you can downloading. This is the first step. The second step, after you download, installing, how can I open my Endnote on my laptops? This is the second step. And the third step, Endnote itself just only program. The Endnote will separate between program and the place or the location that you have to save the data to. So data means the bibliography data is separated from the program. So the first use, you need to create the Endnote library to store or save your bibliography data. We call the Endnote library. So you have to know how to create the Endnote library for the third step. The fourth step, you have the data, the bibliography data. How can I add to my Endnote libraries? Just only three difference. So you just use the three major ways to add the reference to the Endnote. The first one, the classic way, we call the manual entry. Just typing the reference information to the Endnote without the internet. You can use offline for typing the reference information to the Endnote library. And another way, I think most of you familiar with searching the databases that university provide you. You may familiar with science dialects. You may familiar with Springer. You may familiar with the Web of Science, Scopus, and PubMed. So you just start searching and you get the record, you get the information that you are searching for. And you want to export it to your Endnote, just only to click, and you don't need to typing anymore. Every data, bibliography data will export directly to your Endnote. This is another way. And another ways we call, maybe you can use, you have the PDF file. Before you start using the Endnote, you just start research. Just research on the science dialect, you get a full text. And then library announce you For the graduate student, I recommend you to use the Endnote to manage your bibliography data. So, you know, Endnote, after you have the PDF, you forgot the information that you get it from. You don't know this PDF, where can I get it? What the database did I get it? So I don't remember the size or Springer. Don't worry about that. You just import the PDF file and let the Endnote searching metadata or bibliography data for you. This is, we put the full text in the Endnote, let the Endnote find out the bibliography that match to PDF. This is another way we call the import file. And another one, suppose and you use the library. We call the web library catalog. Maybe they use another software that compatible with the Endnote. So you just start searching the library catalogs. You get the book, you get a plane of books. And now you don't need to get the information in the plane of books. You just go to the library catalog and download it and export to the Endnote. It depends on your library catalogs, on the software that you use it. This is another way. And another way, when you got the data, how can I create the bibliography style? Maybe you study in social subjects, they require you to use the APA 7 to a 6 style. How can I know the APA 6 style look like? Or maybe you study in health science, they require you to use the Vancouver. How can I know the difference between APA and Vancouver? So the Endnote will bring you to know thousands of bibliography styles. So they provide you the standard one, and it's very customized for you. You can edit it. Suppose and you require the book titles have to be bold and have to be underlined and have to be italic. So the standard styles is just a plain text. So you need to edit the style. The Endnote allow you are able to edit or customize your bibliography style. So when you select the style, edit it, you have beyond that. And now you want to apply it to your manuscript. So in different ways, for the people because you don't much more technology, you don't want to study more technologies. The program is too complicated for me to understand it. The easy way for the create the bibliography, the Endnote provide you, we call the independent bibliographies. This is for the good start for the beginners. You just select the style and just click copy and place it on your manuscript. But you have to keep in mind that the Endnote will create only the reference, only the bibliographies, not include citation in text. Just create you only the bibliographies at the end of the papers, at the end of the manuscript. This is we call independent bibliographies. And most of you start writing manuscript with the Microsoft Word. So when you install it, the Endnote, we plug it in, add in Microsoft Word. So you can start using the Microsoft Word, typings, and insert it, the citations. So Endnote will do just two things for you. When you insert the citation in text, the Endnote will click at you the bibliography down there too. So you don't need to do separately. Just start with using the Endnote with the Microsoft Word for prepare your manuscript. And then if you choose the long one, how can I edit the citation? This is the way that you can use this. And another one, Endnote not plug in only the Microsoft Word. The Endnote will also add in the PowerPoint. So it means if you have to present your research in international conference, you have to prepare your presentation with the PowerPoint. You can use it with the PowerPoint. And the last one we call making a backup. Someday, maybe you have this escape the virus. Everything is gone. You need to back up. So there are two different ways of backup. The first one we call the compressed library. This is very easy. Just take a minute. And another one, just real-time backup. We call the synchronize. So this is the 7th step. So let's start with the first one. This is the first one. Also, I forget something. Organize your reference. I will show you how to organize your reference to Endnote. We call create a group. There are 3 types of group: custom, smart, and combined groups. So I will show you after you create the new Endnote library. So let's start. The first one, how can I download it? So if we instruct you, show you the websites, the library websites. So you just go to the library website, lib.nu.ac.th. For the international student, don't worry about Thai. You just follow me. Just look for a word, services. So you just click it. They will give you the drop-down menu list. You just select the first one. Services for the gateway student. You want to get a student. You just put the mouse over the services for gateway student. Just click on it. Click on it. So that brings you to the services for the gateway school homepage. Just scroll down in the middle of page. The big Endnote 20, this page. You just follow the link, you put the mouse over there and just click on it, click on it, click on it, click on this. They will link you directly to the IT or we call another department. So from this link, you need the NU account. NU account. It means the account that you log in for searching the databases, for using the internet. So this is because I'm using out because I'm not an NU staff. I'm not an NU student. So maybe I get the trouble on this. So you just ask the login again. And another one, you have to know that the Endnote provide you the system requirement. I show you the latest system requirement. So you just take a minute. They bring you on this. You look at that. You don't worry about time. You have to look at yourselves. What's the OS that are you using? Most of you familiar with the Windows. So you just look at the Windows OS, the Windows OS. For me, that's on Windows today, it's training on Windows today. So another student, they prefer the Apples. They use Macs, So buy a Mac. So Endnote is compatible with the Mac too. The listed one, the Big Sur. You can use the Endnote by click on this. So keep in mind that don't choose the long OS. If you choose the long OS, you cannot install it. So Windows, just click here. Macs, just click here. And another one, what about system requirement? So I want to know the system requirement. So to show you the system requirement. The system requirement, the first one for the people who use the Windows, start have to be Windows 10. If you use the Windows 7 or earlier on that, or earlier on 10, you can install it, but some functions, it doesn't work. Give you the examples. One student installed the Endnote 20 on the Windows 7. You can install it, but you cannot scroll down, scroll up. It doesn't work. It just still and stand. So you have the requirement for OS Windows, at least Windows 10, And another one is just 1 GB, 60 megs hard disk available. They need 600 megs for the program. And another one, what for processors? So the people who use the Microsoft, the version that compatible with 20, they require start from what? 2010. So later. And another one, you have to know that the Office 365 just only the local install it on their desktop. Don't misunderstand it. Some people use the Microsoft 365 on webs, run on browsers. That's kind of 365 cannot use the Endnote, cannot plug in. So you have to download it, the Microsoft, and inside on your local hard disk, the Endnote will plug in or add into your Microsoft. So you have to keep in that. And for Mac OS, start from 10.14 up to the latest one, the Big Sur, you can use it. This is the system requirement. And another one, as we started, I already installed it. So let's start with the second step. How can I open it? You just click on Start menu on the left-hand side. Start and select the Endnote program. Just start the Endnote program. So show you. as you like. Start Endnote. You will say it like this. You will say it's like this. Endnote asks you, show you to skin. For the first use, Endnote asks you, hey, do you have any Endnote library? Or you are the first use of Endnote? If you are first use of Endnote, you need to create the library. So you remember that I told you earlier, the Endnote will separate program and the preset to store the data. You need the Endnote library. For you, never used before, you have to click, please create me a new library. Just click on here. And some students familiar with the Endnote, the previous version, X9. But you have to keep in mind that open existing for version 20. Just the library that created from the previous version, the Endnote require just only the previous version that can open it immediately without converted. You have to create with Endnote start from X9.3, X9.3. If you create the library lower that X9.3, you are unable to open with the Endnote 20. But you don't worry about that. The Endnote 20 will ask you if you want to open the existing library that you create from X7, X8, I want to convert it to the Endnote 20, can open it. So you just follow the instruction, let them convert the library for you. But if you start from today, never used or never know the previous version before, forget it. So let's start with create a new library. Start with the create new library. So the new windows, you pop it up. We ask you the file names. The defaults to the Endnote will create the same as another device. The default name is my Endnote library. So you don't like this kind of name because if you create another library, they will create the same name, but they will, at the end of the library, they will put 1, 2, 3. Next time you will get confused. Which one I use with the thesis? So I recommend to change it. Maybe you can change to your topic, your publication. Suppose you are going to start using the Endnote for preparing your thesis. You just start the thesis. Just type thesis. And you may start the thesis and papers or research papers. So it depends on you. Research papers for the NU 2021. So you can change it or you can keep the defaults. It depends on you. And another one I recommend you. The default location that the Endnote will select to saving your data, default is document. Most of the computer document, the location of document is C drive. So what happened is 7 C drive. It means when you have to format the hash disk, you guess the virus, how did it crack? So the technicians will format you the C drive. Everything is gone, even your data. So you have to think about that. Your data and my data is different, but the program Endnote you and me the same. You can get it anytime from the library, but the data you and me is different. You know how to get it, but I don't know how you get it. Your topic and my topic is different. Data is very unique. So I recommend you to select another location. Maybe you separate the partition. You got 2 drive, C drive and D drive. D drive for data drive, C drive for the program. So I recommend you to use the D drive, the data drives to save the library. For me, unfortunately, I have only 1 dice. I have no choice, so I have to follow the defaults, save in document, and just start save it. So the Endnote will show you the library look like. So give you briefly from this the layout. The Endnote will separate the layouts in 3 different windows. The left panels, we call the group panels, the group panel. You can extend it, it depends on you, this one. And another one, the default start with the basic search. And another one, we call just display the data. Now you empty, no data now, just empty. And the right-hand side, we call the left-hand panel. You can close it and reopen it again later. So this is the layout. And another one, suppose I finish, I just click on this and just exit. So restarting again. So just start the menus, select the program, the Endnote, and Endnote after you again. So for the second use of Endnote, you don't need to create a new library anymore. You have an existing. So you can use this one. Maybe some people ask me, I don't have to set up the Endnote library. How can I get it? The open library or create library. So you can use this one for instead. Just click the file menu. New is mean create a new library. Open libraries mean you just have the existing library. I want to open my existing library, just select the open library. So you have 2 choices. You can use the file menu or you can use a window like this. It's the same. Just click on this. And in order to argue, remember that